Hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Sure, 10 minutes. And that's starting now.
Good morning. It's morning here. It's just before 11 o'clock on Saturday the 30th of May. We've literally just walked back in the door. We've been for a long walk and I am boiling. I've got a Dyson fan at the side of me, but I wasn't going to turn it on because I didn't want it to interrupt or interfere with the video. But oh boy, is it hot out there. And it's quite funny because I'm currently going walking and borrowing a t-shirt of Joe's, or one of Joe's t-shirts, or a different one each time, but because most of my t-shirts don't afford me enough coverage, and after standing in the queue at the range for one item for the best part of an hour the other day, we both got the sun, didn't we, Joe?
Yeah.
And I have to be really careful. I don't use sun cream. You can criticise me for that if you want to, but I just do not like the feel of any cream on my skin. I don't use any creams at all, any face creams or anything, but it gets me here and it gets me on the back of my neck. So I've got tide marks from wearing Joe's t-shirts. I've got like longer sleeve marks and things. But oh boy, it's too hot for me. I don't know how people, Joe just said I don't know how people live in hot countries, but I think the difference is and Kirsty can probably tell us this, it's probably drier there and they're more equipped to deal with it, with the air conditioning and the cars that are really appropriately sorted and everything. It's just a different world here, and we're British, or I'm English, but we're just not used to it, are we? Every year it comes and bang, oh my god, I've got to start taking my clothes off, I've got to start baring my arms, I've got to start showing my muffin top and all this, like, I can't put my cardigan on. And it's the same old every year. We're reading a book at the moment. I can tell you the author, it's Jordan B. Peterson. Do you know the title, Joe?
12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. 12
Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. So what we do is we sit down for half an hour before lunch and Joe reads the book out loud. And there's so many words in it that I just don't understand, but I'm learning and that's what's important. And the first thing I actually picked up from this book was Jordan saying, take responsibility for yourself. You can't fix other people, but take responsibility for yourself. And I am a fixer. I love to fix people, I love to feed people, I love to have solutions to people's problems, and I need to butt out and fix myself. So after reading that on Monday, I feel like I made a big turnaround on Tuesday, and I decided, you know, think of somebody you look up to, or think of people you respect who are doing what you want to do, who are not battling weight problems. Maybe they've never had a weight problem, maybe some of them have. And I look to people like Dr. Michael Greger, Dr. Neil Barnard. I mean, these men are incredibly fit men and incredibly wise men. And even if you don't believe in everything they say, by God, they're worth listening to. I watch Chef AJ. I'm not totally au fait with what she eats. I think she's probably a little bit on the orthorexic side for me, but it works for her. And she's overcome a lifetime of obesity to live as a small, slim person.
Oh, there was those 3 questions at the end of what we just read yesterday that were really good.
Okay, put them in quickly then.
3 questions. What is it that is bothering me? Is that something I could fix? And would I actually be willing to fix it?
And you've got to like seriously think about this. And I thought about it. What is it that's bothering me? My weight.
If the answer's no to any of the questions, look elsewhere.
Okay. My weight's bothering me. That's number 1. Is it something I can fix? Yeah. I just need to stop doing what I was doing. I've stopped now. I just need to stop doing what I was doing, which was indulging myself and looking for instant gratification at night. And 3, am I willing to do it? By God, I am today. Because I've seen a weight loss this week, and a weight loss of 1.5 pounds has been like a really good, positive kick in the bum to say, you can do this. You know you can do it. You know it works if you work it. You've proved it over and over again. Stop being influenced by what other people are doing. Do what you need to do. Stand up straight, put your shoulders back, which is something else he recommends, and just take responsibility for yourself, because I'm a great one for saying tomorrow. I mean, for the last 5 months, probably, if you look back over my videos and my results, the last 5 months, since the 28th of December when Easter eggs appeared in the shop, that was my downfall. Thank God. But they've been gone over a month and I've still been falling over. But I need to take responsibility for myself, and I need to stop saying, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start on Monday, I'll start on such and such a date. That's a memorable date. So I actually started on an unmemorable date, just the day it happened to be. And I made this decision on the 25th, which was that Tuesday? Or was that Monday? 25th, was it 29th? I think it was Monday. I made this decision. Before I went to bed, I'm taking responsibility for myself. This is the day and the date I'll remember. It's not a memorable date, except that it's going to be the start of me turning it around. I want this. And not just because the sun's out, I want this because I feel so bloody unhealthy. I said to Joe setting off this morning, you know, dragging up the 5 hills that we go up, my legs do not want to go this morning. It took me 3/4 of the hour and a quarter's walk to actually get my legs in sync with my head. And I don't know why that was, because I 100% on plan yesterday. In fact, I've been 100% on plan since Tuesday morning. And what you will hear me say on my videos is I am on plan or I am off plan. Because I think when people say you can't be on plan or off plan, there's just whatever, well then you're fudging it. I'm sorry, but you're fudging it. Because the point of what I'm doing is I'm doing Slimming World. I'm not just on a diet. I'm not eating just a vegan lifestyle or a vegetarian lifestyle or a keto lifestyle or whatever. I am doing Slimming World, and I'm either on it or I'm not on it, which means I'm off it. So when I keep saying that, just believe I am talking about my journey, and if I'm off it, then I'm not doing Slimming World, and I'm not guessing sins, and I'm not booking trends. And one of the things I'm really conscious of at the moment is if you want the app and everything, you've got to bloody well pay for it. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are currently guessing. And if you aren't willing to pay £2.50 a week for the app, then go away and do something that's free. I feel that strongly about it. What's £2.50 a week to have access to that app when you go shopping? You cannot guess. You cannot keep applying the 20-calorie rule to everything. So this week, lost 1.5 pounds, currently weigh 10 stone 3. Also bought myself new scales because I was also conscious. This came out of what Jordan said. I was relying on Joe to weigh me. So I get up in the morning, Joe would be fast asleep because he had a late night. I'm knocking on his bedroom door saying, can you get your scales out and weigh me? I'm like a bloody child. So we went on to Amazon, God bless Amazon, found the best set of talking scales that they've got. I think it was about 65 quid, and by God they're good and they're accurate. They were exactly the same as Joe's, and we know his are accurate, and I'm going to go with that. But what I need to be mindful of is not to jump on them 14 times a day. It's just something. It's not about getting on scales every day and seeing whether I've gained water or lost water or whatever I've done. It's about eating according to the plan. Now, I said I turned vegetarian on the 1st of April, so tomorrow I've been vegetarian for 2 months, and do you know what? I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. I don't do, when I'm on plan, I don't do dairy. And that again has been really good, because usually at this time I have hay fever, and usually at this time I would be, you've probably heard me on videos, if you look back on my videos, there's some terrible videos where I'm practically voiceless and snotted up, because I have hay fever. Today we were walking by some smelly bushes and my nose started to run a little bit, but when we got past them it stopped, and I am convinced now that a lot of the mucus problems I had were linked to eating quark. Yeah, quark, I almost said corn. Were linked to eating quark every morning. So I set off my day, the first thing I put in my mouth after breaking my fast from being asleep all night. So sometimes 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30 in the morning, I'm shoving quark down my throat and then wondering why I'm blowing my nose all day. And I think I've alleviated 99% of that problem by avoiding dairy. And it's been so easy, because bottom line, I'm not that big a fan of yogurt anyway, and if I want it I can have soy yogurt, but I haven't wanted it enough. I like soy yogurt, but I haven't wanted it enough to buy any, because I don't miss that. I'm having a different breakfast now. So, holding in my hand a couple of things. This one is Himalayan salt that's been, you say iodised?
Yeah.
Iodised. Iodine is something that is crucial for your thyroid. Your thyroid is one of your hormone controllers. It dictates lots of things. The thyroid can be a very poorly equipped thing. It can't work well unless it's treated well with the right sort of things. A thyroid needs iodine. So we have Himalayan salt anyway, so when we were due for some new, when we were due for some new, we bought Himalayan salt that's been iodised. I'm no good at taking great big vitamin tablets that look like horse tablets. So Joe got me this, and this is a vitamin spray, 4 sprays a day. It has D3, B12, which you need if you're not eating meat, iron and iodine. So I'm alright with this, I get enough in that. Little things like this, looking after your hormones is crucial. We just read a really good book by Dr. Neil Barnard, which is all about hormone health. What was that called, Joe? Can you remember? Because I gave it to Lizzie.
No.
You'll find it. Look for Dr. Neil Barnard. It'll be on Amazon, and it's all about hormone health.
Something like hormones in balance.
Life in balance?
Something
like that. Really worth a read. And last night I read a book. I read it yesterday and I finished it last night. That was called Unprocessed by Megan Kimball. And it's a young lady who 12 years ago took a whole year out of her life as a student, PhD student I think, to live on unprocessed food. And it even involved having to help slaughter a sheep to eat it because that was unprocessed meat. Fascinating. I really enjoyed that book. And last thing before I go, 2 other books.
There's a point in having a timer.
There was no point today, was there? 2 other books I've read this week. I think the first was called Out There. The second is called Eat, Shit and Die. They're both by David Clarke, who is an amazing man. He used to be massively morbidly obese, used to be an alcoholic, had terrible food addictions and overcame the lot to get down from 320 to 160 pounds and stay there, became an endurance athlete. And the sad thing is, I discovered him on the day after he died. He was 49 and he went into hospital for a very, very routine back operation, didn't come out. But his story is passionate about, Eat, Shit and Die is like a programme, a bit like a 12-step programme for actually overcoming food addiction. But all of these books have so much in them that I can relate to because of the way I've lived my life. So yeah, a few book recommendations for you there, and I'm going to go because I've gone way over on time. Hope you're all having a good week, hope you're all safe, and I'll be back next Saturday. Bye.